that first spiritual experience?
Moon, I want to share one I had experience.
Okay.
With my son. He was wondering, he was like, Dad, I'm seeing you be in class all the time. He said, and I see that I hear the knowledge. I said, yeah, I want you to start listening to it. I always tell you. He said, Dad, I want to listen to one right now. So that was Friday afternoon. So he got in and started listening to class, and he was intrigued. And he caught me on one of the class. He caught me talking, asking a question with you, and you were breaking it down to me. And then I had left out the room, and he ran in there. Like I said, about like 30 minutes later, he said, Dad, as I was listening to class, I was looking at the floor. He said, I seen the room was spinning, and I seen the carpet. It was freaking me out. I said, no, son, you just elevating. You hearing the Messiah, and he just elevating you up. He's like, Dad, oh, man, I feel you. He said, I'm thankful for you to share this with me. So I just want to share that with you, Amun.
I love you. How old is he?
Powerful. He's 18. He'll be 19, 9/11.
All right. Okay. Very good. I'm encouraged by that. All right. Who is that next spiritual experience? Go ahead.
I said, that's awesome. But I do have an experience of
Could you speak up louder, please?
Hold on. I think I have a spiritual experience. I'm seeing like numbers like double digits. Like
I can barely hear you now.
Hold on, help me get off. You hear me now? Is that better?
Yeah, if you can just speak up, that's all, and slow down.
Okay, so I have been experiencing. At one point I was experiencing 44, like for about 3 years, right? But now recently, last week, I'm starting to see like 33, 22, 11, 77, 55. If that means anything.
Sequences, yes. Synchronicity, it means now it's docking with itself.
It means what again?
Now is docking with itself. An example is, remember I told you there was a time that you all could be in your homes, a Jehovah's Witness or Seventh-day Adventist could knock on the door, and you would sometimes give them a few minutes to talk. And when they started talking, some of the things they said started making a little sense to you, and you considered it. Well, when now starts talking with itself, regardless who talks to you, it doesn't matter, because you're no longer searching. Because you see, now you know, you don't just believe anymore. You follow me?
That's true.
That's right. Now you know. You may start moving, you're not searching. I mean, now doc with itself for you. You living there now.
Now.
That was my experience, Brother Amun.
Say it again.
That was my experience, Brother Amun. I'm sorry, the brother from Nigeria. I can't.
Yeah, but I never did get your email.
I sent my email, Brother Amun. I sent it during the class.
Okay, let me let you write down my email. You got something to write with?
Orion9 Orion9 at gmail.com.
No, Orion9 Star Mover.
Okay, my bad. That's a mistake I made.
All right, Orion9 Star Mover at gmail.com.
Orion9 Star Mover at gmail.com.
I was sure looking for it.
Yeah, sorry, I thought I sent it.
That's all right. It's not important.
Yeah,
What's important is that we corrected it. All right, you were about to say, brother?
Yeah, so I was going back to my experiences from stars moving to beams shooting across the sky. Yeah,
until what now? Beams doing what?
Beams shooting across the sky, like a blue beam.
Oh, I see.
It was so fast that I can't even bring my phone to record. But with stars moving, I can bring out my phone at times. You can see them But with that blue beam, when I saw that blue beam shoot through the sky, it was like 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I'm like, I know. And once you know, I started seeing stars move in my dream first, Brother Amun. And when I started seeing stars move first in my dream, I started trying them outside. So when I started trying them outside, it was still you knowing. It was still knowing.
Did you know your dreams are actually reality?
Brother Amun, it was still you I found that out. And this is now the illusion we're in.
That's right. I wonder now if you would write us a testimony and email that to me tonight.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I always write my testimonies down. I always save them in my notes. I always save them.
I want to make sure I get them this time. Okay.
Okay. Definitely.
I appreciate you. All right. Who was that next spiritual experience?
I had one.
Go ahead.
I was taking a nap earlier, and all of a sudden I started dreaming about or seeing Trump and some of his friends. They were incarcerated, and they had broken out of jail, had on these blue outfits, getting all over the place. So me and another sister that I didn't know were in some kind of official business building, if you will, and these men broke into the building, and they were after us. So when Trump came after me, and those guys went after the other woman, but we were able to hide. But I got a fix on Trump, and then I was after him, so I grabbed him by the top of his fur on his head and started spinning him all around and doing some other devastating things to him. He's screaming, and the other guys, they were still trying to find the other woman who was much smaller than me. So she got away somehow or another while I was still doing Trump in. And then there was this issue about some papers that I knew where they were. So I let Trump go, and he went somewhere screaming, and I went and found those papers. But I ran into the girl, and we was hiding somewhere again, but this time we was outside, and it was this high cyclone fence. So we scaled the fence and was on the other side, and we were getting away to the authorities so we can let them know where we seen Trump and had these papers. But one of the men saw me. So now I'm fighting with him. And once I started getting the best of him, I started waking up.
Yeah, that internal war is actually what's happening outside of you, you know, and you are winning that war. Because all reality is going on inside of you. You all have to realize that all is in you and you are in all. When you close your eyes and you see that internal blackness right there, all that is the canvas, or the multiverses, the vast extent, the infinite blackness, which is, again, the canvas upon which you create all of your images through your imagination. All is in you. Right now, if you close your eyes, if you want to see your mother's face, it's in there. If you want to see the sun at 12 o'clock midnight, you just close your eyes and imagine the brightest summer day you can remember. It's in there. If you want to see the future or the past, it's in there. If you want to see yourself playing on the playground in school, it's in there. Because all is in you. Just like me, when I moved the whole creation, I'm in here with my eyes closed, and when I see the whole creation, I can do whatever I want with it. And I have the ability to connect, to merge with every mind anywhere throughout all existence. And I'm trying to raise you all up to that point. I want to also let you all know that I was inspired 2 nights ago and haven't been to sleep since to write a book again, but I'm going to release this one. but I tell you, it's going to be the most profound ever. I would like you all to send in your healing testimonies in vivid detail, don't hold back, and all of your testimonies and all those that I find that'll be noteworthy or impressive enough, they're going to be a part of the book. But it's going to be quite a book, believe me. It's going to be a book that's going to actually shift the consciousness of the entire planet. All right. Like to hear that next spiritual experience or that first question.
Raw bad, Amun.
Rahul back.
Just letting you know. I'm letting you know I'm here. I had a passenger, so I can say the prayer if you want.
I'll follow you. Okay, could you go ahead with the prayer?
Yeah, this is the prayer by Amun-Rayay, written by Panabab Yanun. Nakuk Sadok Be Amun-Rayay. Unabab Momalduhu. Umabeyahu. Umuzehu. We Panan is a man who Bakat. Panabab Yanun.
This call will be recorded.
Kalel Hamadat. At there lay Amun-Rayay, the daughter Shalil Fa Patek Upa Saha, Anuke Nwapu. I trust by way of Amun-Rayay and his master teachers and his papyri and his master for this day and time, Panabab Yanun. All praises are for Amun-Rayay, Nathar, overseer of the heavens and the earth. I am Nwapian.
Very good. And I thank you. And also I would like to let you all know that I do a personal affirmation for Hotep and Anukas every night. I hold their hand and I recite this to them. And I want to start doing that for the entire class. I'm going to start doing it after class. But right now I'm going to let you know what it is. It's not long, but I hold their hand and I send energy into them while I say, expanded consciousness, raised vibration, divine love and healing surging through every aspect of your being, reverse aging, cellular rejuvenation, protection from evil in every shape, form, or fashion, and feet firmly planted in the new heaven and new earth forever in the name of Amun-Rayay, the Messiah. Move, right? So I'm saying that to all of you. All right? Thank you all. Who has that next spiritual experience or that first question?
Rahul bad. It's Andrew.
Okay, glad to hear your voice, man, and congratulations on your child, on your son. It's a beautiful child.
Thank you so much.
And bless your soul.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Everybody, welcome Andrew's son into the world, please, with love.
Congratulations, Andrew.
Welcome,
You and your son.
welcome, baby Andrew. Welcome to the world. I love you. I'm
Divine love from over.
Love you.
welcome.
Divine.
All right.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. I made sure to put it on speakerphone so he could hear everyone, too.
All right.
And
Much love.
thank you. Honestly, that is my spiritual experience.
All right.
I've done a lot of different things. I've been walking with the Messiah this year. He showed me amazing things, and so much of it has allowed me to let my heart continue to grow bigger and bigger. And with this little guy coming into the world, I was like, I didn't know I could encompass even more love than I already had.
Your love is boundless.
It's true. It is. And it's boundless, and those bounds have to be, the human part of us has to allow ourselves to expand into it and not be afraid to love, even though sometimes it aches, sometimes there's uncertainty and tribulations, but allowing love to expand and push those pains away. And oh my God. So before he was born, we actually some friends came over and did a blessing and brought us dinner, and we had a really great time. And when we left, there was a triple rainbow outside. I've only ever seen a double, but this time there was a third one that you could just barely see right on the edge, and it looked like we were standing in a tunnel, a rainbow-colored tunnel. And we said, whoa. And sure enough, when that little guy was born, his eyes were wide open. He came out of there, and he looked me straight in my eye, and they blinked at me, and then they laid him on his mama's chest. And he's just been so full of life, and he speaks mind to mind.
Of course.
If I
These children are more elevated now, much more elevated.
Much more elevated. He can already hold his head up. And
now
he's aware, he looks around. It's amazing. Like, he recognizes sounds and people, and he'll just it's the wildest thing. I mean, he still does baby stuff because that's what baby bodies do, but the consciousness inside of it is, man, just beautiful.
I'm happy to hear.
It's all love.
That reminds me of the prophets, the ancient prophets. When they were born, for example, Noah was born with a bright light in his eyes, and his aura was so bright, he used to light up the rooms that he was in the darkness. And many of those babies, they spoke from the crib. I remember when I was born in New Orleans, Louisiana, my grandfather, my great-grandfather, Reverend James Boatner, very prominent pastor. I didn't realize till I was in my late 20s how prominent he was. I had moved all the way to San Diego, California, and I was doing some yard work. And an old lady named Miss Reynolds walked up to the gate, and she looked at me. She said, "Do you know a preacher in New Orleans?" And I said, "I know several." She said, "I mean, Boatner, James Boatner." I said, "Yes, my great-grandfather." She said, "You remind me of him. Your broad shoulders and that kind of wavy hair and your stature. You stand up like him. You look like..." I said, "Yeah, that's my grandfather, great-grandfather." Now, what was odd about Reverend Boatner is that not only was he renowned all through the country, but he was born about 1885, which was the time that Ahmed, the Mahdi, in Kordofan, Sudan, made his ascension. Now, he was born in 1845, and after 40 years of service, conquering the world with his Ansar for 7 years, the night before, the dawn before his ascension, he sit in his tent and he wrote a book to leave behind for you all called the Ratib. And it's so spiritually powerful that it has the power to bind hearts and communities. For those of you that don't have it, please send for it, because it is a very profound work, But I'm just trying to show you all how the bloodlines keep on. Now, with Reverend Boatner, Papa we called him, when he passed away, they put a clock, by his request, they put a clock in his coffin, right? So that something was set, a time for something, and I think that's when I got here. But my mother, they used to always tell me about one time he came to visit me when I was born, and I was in the crib, and she left him in the living room with me. And he started hooping and hollering, "Maxine, Maxine!" This boy that got up, he getting up, but he trying to come out this crib. And I was an infant. You follow me? And what Andrew was just speaking about kind of reminded me of that. But yeah, these are different children. Many of you may have heard about the little baby boy that was born. He was born, and the doctor turned him upside down and spanked him, and he said, very clear and loud for everybody, "The Messiah is coming." and he went back to sleep and never woke up again. That was his purpose, to announce my arrival. That's right. But this book that I'm writing right now, believe me, it's going to be a work that's going to, nobody will be able to read that book without coming out the other end of that rope. Whether it's for the best or for the worst, that book is going to bring the God and the devil up out of everybody that touch it. But it won't be anybody that reads that book that won't know the truth.
Thank you, Bo.
I love you. I love you. I wrote that book in one night. You know, now I did it in like shorthand, and like Greg shorthand. You know, so, but I wrote that book in like a night and a half. I was inspired by the Most High directly to write that book. Because you all that know, that read your holy tablets, that he and I are one. And I speak his words, he speaks his words, and we speak our words. You just read it? Okay. And that's exactly what's happening with that book. You follow me?
And then what's the name of the book?
Say it again.
Ooh. What's the name of the book?
I'll reveal it very shortly.
Okay.
All right.
Amun.
Yes.
I want to share a spiritual experience on what you just said. And that was amazing, because this is what I want to ask you tonight. And it's amazing that you brought up about you and one with the Most High. And I want to share the story that this happened Friday with my mom and Sister Kiefer, Amun, and Sister Vet. We was going through the Holy Tablets. And I thought it was very interesting. We was looking through it, seeing the different pictures and reading. So we read part of chapter 5, tablet 5, and then we went into chapter 5. Tablet 6 was Enlil and Ninlil. And the verse that really stood out to me was verse 81. For anybody who want to share that, I would really like for us to go there if we can. I would like to read.
So that's chapter 5, and which verse?
Chapter 5, tablet 6, verse 81.
Chapter 5, tablet 6. And for those of you that don't have it, just go online and type in Malachi York, comma, Holy Tablets, the Holy Tablets, comma, PDF. It'll come right up. And I always send it to you all, the free link for the Holy Tablets and the Injil and many other things. Chapter 5, tablet what?
Tablet 6, verse 81.
Okay, tablet 6, verse 81.
Whilst you're up there, Amun, can you read? I was going through part of that tablet as well.
Okay, say it again.
I said I was going through that part as well, chapter 5, and I couldn't decipher. I just wanted clarification for that chapter, but it was verse 43. Chapter, tablet 5 as well. I mean, chapter 5, tablet 1, verse 43. Also, can you... It says about the garden. It's a part about the garden.
Okay, is this part of what we're going to read right now? In the salt back, that's on page 437.
Yeah, it's the same chapter, but it's chapter 5, tablet 1, verse 43.
Okay, chapter 5, tablet 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we can see how far back is it. Tablet 1, or that's way back. Okay, we'll go afterward. All right, now you say verse 81, son, chapter 5, tablet 6, verse 81?
Yes, sir.
All right. And Kishar, later known in Kemet as Tefnut, or Kekat, who gave birth to Anu, later known in Kemet as Amun, or Al-Elo. Now, what that revelation is that I was in the world, and the world knew me not. I came to my own, and my own knew me not. So I am in the world, right? And that's an important part. We should write that down. That's a profound revelation right there. Okay, chapter 5, tab 6, verse 80, 81. Now, what's profound about that to me is back in 1983, on my second trip flying from San Diego to Brooklyn, New York to meet Melchizedek, Imam Issa at that time, he had flown back from Kordofan, from Sudan, and had just arrived just before I got there. And I walked into the bookstore, Some Things, and a sister was there. And she was a half black and half white woman from Egypt that had a white surgeon for a father and a Sudanese mother. And she was telling me how she used to play in the pyramids as a child, this, that, and the other. And she said, "Oh, Ahmed, I'm so glad to see you. Imam Issa just got back from Sudan, and he left a book here for you, and he said when you saw it, you would remember." And she took me over to the doorway, and he had a burnt orange scroll there, and had perforated a hole in the top corner and put a big piece of white yarn in it, and on a nail he had it hanging, and the name of the book was Holy War, Jihad, Ahmed. And I was on a white horse, red back with a sword. And I reached up and got the book, and I stared at it, and I stared at it, and I told her, I said, "I don't remember." Then I was about to leave after I bought all my books, about $2,000 worth of books, and she said, "Oh, and he left you this signet ring. He said, when you got this, you would remember." And I still have that ring on today. But in Kufi Arabic, the ring says, Ahmed, no, it says, Allah is Ahmed. In Kufi Arabic. And under the bottom of it, it says Ansar in Arabic. But I still have that seal, and that's my signet on my finger to this day. And I know it's amazing for people to believe that the Creator would step back down into his own creation. But I am here to raise up and judge those that are worthy and to judge the others. So just be careful. And even when you find it difficult to believe, when your heart gets filled with doubt, just look around at nature and see the way time is speeding up, watch the weather, and feel the changes within yourself. And remember your path with me and some of the things that you've seen, borne witness to, and accomplished yourself. And it'll bring you back to reality. You'll know it's really real. And what's wonderful about that is in knowing that it's me, you know for sure that it's you. All right? So, yes, 81. I'm going to read it again.
Messiah.
Yes.
Thank you, Messiah.
I love you. Thank you all. We have a lot to do. How many of you all are reposting the post with your signature on it?
I am
Sure. Yes.
I am as well.
We need to have that. We need to saturate the world with those posts all over the world, enlighten everybody. And I found out one of my partners, Shaquille O'Neal, lives in Georgia right now, not too very far from me. And I thought that was kind of a quaint thing because I was looking on YouTube and I found out that some years back he had been searching for me, searching for the Messiah. And he was going from one all eyes on the bookstore to the other. And you know those black devils wouldn't tell him about me? Yeah. But he finally, we ran into each other on Twitter. And he asked me to do a favor for him. That night the moon was full, he asked me to move the moon for him. And I did. And did I move it? And then he tweeted back, like all you youngsters have, what y'all call emojis. And he had a lot of like bombs and whistles and things going off, and he typed out, Zam, wow, bam, boom. Did y'all see that guy moving that moon over Utah? And I thought to myself, I thought he was in Los Angeles, California, but Utah is 2.5 hours away from us, while California 3 hours. So the time, it was close enough for him to see it. But now he's moved to Georgia, so there may be a sign in that, right? He was looking for me, so I don't know how close he's coming. But I would like you all to reach out to Shaquille O'Neal, not with your own personal message, but give him my phone number and links to powerful classes that you thought were exceptional, and our class information, and also Wesley Snipes, because he was the one that when we had Tamaray, that he bought all that land next to Tamaray because he had a calling to set up the guard of Amun-Rayay. Are you following me?
So,
but they gave Wesley Snipes a bad time for that. But we got to reach all these people. And L.J. Reynolds, the lead singer for the Dramatics. Because I used to sing with him. You know, some people are made of plastic. Remember that? All right, now let's go back to this reading. And Keisha, later known in Kemet as Tefnut, or Ketet, who gave birth to Anu, later known in Kemet as Amun, or Al-Elo. After each of these replenishings, a new generation of people were created. I ordered him to give me a name. Many of you have, but I don't see you using the name that I gave you. The 99 names of El, 84. The human being named me not after anything in Malakut or Nasser, but in obedience to my will. Named he me after the very sound of the wind that uttered. And he said, A or Ah, breathing in, La, breathing out. And El Yahuwah, in and out again. Now, I told you all about the story of the prophet Abraham. He was born in Shinar in the kingdom of Nimrod, and his mother had an underground chamber built when she was getting laid on in the pregnancy to hide that fact from the king, because he would have certainly killed her and the child. Because Merlin the magician and the sorcerers had read the stars and informed Nimrod that it was time for one of those beings to come back to earth and that he would take over his kingdom. And while young Abraham, as an infant, was down in the enclosure, his mother sent servants and many times came herself to bring him food and to nurse him and what have you. But she was amazed when she would go down there that he would be sitting on the edge of the embankment, and he would have this bright glow about him, and he would grow, and one day, as a normal boy would in 3 months, and she would question the boy, ask him how he was, because every time she went down there, he was surrounded by sustenance. by food and fruit and vegetables and all these wonderful things. And she asked him, said, where are you getting this food from? And he said, the angels provided, Mother. And then after a while, he started asking her questions. He said, well, where do you all get your sustenance from? And she said, hush, boy, because everybody knows that the King Nimrod provides for us and gives us our food. And Abraham looked at her and asked her, said, Mother, well, who provides for the King Nimrod? And she said, what? Boy, don't talk like that. And he said, well, who's wiser in wisdom, me or the King Nimrod? She said, you are, but don't say that. And he said, who's better looking, me or Nimrod? She said, son, stop. And it got so heavy on her heart because she kept the secret from her husband, who was the captain of the guard, a big, powerful man with a sword named Azar. And the deceit fell on her, so she finally in tears went to him and confessed that she gave birth to their son. Because on the night, the stars in junction, and they crossed, and Abraham came into the world as a Bennett, as a bright light. Azar was standing guard on the gate because Nimrod ordered all the females of age and maturity outside the city, all of them, and had the gates locked, and left the men inside that city for that night that he was supposed to be born on. And Azar, his most trusted soldier, the captain of the guard, was standing guard on the main gate. And during the night, the moon was full and bright, and his wife, her heart reached out to him, and she thought he might be hungry, and prepared him a nice meal. And she went out to see him, and she was adorned in an apparel that you might call today a sheer nightgown. And in the bright moonlight, the form of her body, it excited Azar. And right there, the man that he assigned to make sure that nothing like that happened, guess what? Azar gave into the impulse itself. And that night, Abraham was conceived. Right? But as he grew, he got to be like the size of a 13-year-old. And when Azar first heard about it, he went down into the enclosure to kill him. And when he saw the boy, he was all lit up and bright, and the badge of priesthood was on his chest indeed. So he raised up his sword to cut the boy in half, and as he kept looking into his eyes, he lost his strength, and the sword just kept dropping more and more until it was on the ground, and he just grabbed him and hugged him and loved him. But he started teaching the boy how to carve idols out of wood. Idols, fake gods out of wood. And to drill holes in them, and they took rawhide cord and made a long string or rope and strung all of them together. And he's going to take Abraham out for his first time to introduce him to the community. And he felt it would be safe because his disguise would be that they would be looking for an infant baby, and Abraham looked like a 13-year-old boy. And when Azar was leading him through the marketplaces, Abraham was behind his father, dragging them idols in the dirt and saying, who would want to buy something that has no power, no benefit, nor no harm? And Abraham rushed him back to the enclosure and said, boy, you going to get us killed. But it didn't really start showing up until one day Nimrod ordered a big feast for everybody in Babylon. And everybody went to attend that feast. Oh, it was fine. Except Abraham. He didn't. He stayed back at the place where they have the Kaaba now in Mecca, where that people go for their magaraj. At that time, it was a platform, and on top of that platform, they had 360 stone gods, idols, the head of which was one that they called Yasuf. And Abraham, he brought a hatchet with him with a leather strap around his neck, and he jumped up on that platform while they were at that big dinner, and ran through there and dashed up and tore up all them 360 fake idols into rubble. He broke them all up, except the head one, Yusuf. He didn't touch him, but he took his hatchet and hung it around his neck and strung it around his shoulder, then jumped down and waited. And when the people started filing in from that big dinner, that feast, you could hear the moans and whining going all up through. Oh my God, who has done this to our gods, to our deities, and that and the other? And that cry reached all the way back up to the palace of Nimrod. And he rode down there with his charioteers and his mighty sentinels and guards and demanded to know who has done this to our gods. And he demanded, and everybody just said, we don't know, but all of us were there at the feast with you. Only one that didn't come is this young boy Abraham. He was the only one left here. Nimrod asked him straight out. He said, did you do this to our gods? Abraham said, no, King. Nimrod, I didn't do that. He said, well, if you're the only one here, who did? He said, well, I bore witness to it. And it's obvious who did it. It's that lead deity, Yusuf. He did it. And he still got the axe hanging around his neck right now. He's the guilty one. And Nimrod said to himself, now this little motherfucker here, no. Because Abraham wanted him to say, now you a damn lie, you don't ain't nothing but a damn rock, and you can't do, and Abraham was going to say, go ahead, tell the truth. It ain't got no benefit or harm, right? It's a damn rock. You got people worshiping a stone. And Nimrod knew right away who it was. It was Abraham. And he had the soldiers chasing Abraham, and Abraham ran and ran until he ran into a cave. And he fell down on the floor in the back of it, totally exhausted. He was breathing so hard, he was begging the Most High to reveal his name to him. But as he kept breathing in and out, echoing off the walls of the cave, he could hear the name Allah in his heavy breathing, and he knew that was the name of the Most High, Allah, right? So Imam Issa gave me the signet ring, and the Kufi Arabic is Allah is Ahmed. Want you all to know that. All right. But 85. But in obedience to my will, named he me after the very sound of the wind that uttered. And he said, A or Ah, breathing in La, breathing out. And El Yahuwah in and out again. El Rahman, the yielder, El Rahim, the merciful. Now I would like you all to inhale Ah and do it where you can hear it. Now exhale La. That's the breath of life. Now try to do that with the word God. Try to inhale God and then exhale to make the sound God. Go ahead and try it. Who can do it?
You can't do it.
That's right. So you know, if a woman works hard all day and she gets in a hot tub of water to relax, first thing she's going to say when she settles in is, ah, right? The last thing a man would say if you threw him off a cliff before he had time to think, hypothesize, or conjecture, ah, the last breath of life, you follow? Coming in, the baby says, ah, ah, and on the way out, ah, right? Ah, moon, Allah. Okay. El-88, El-Rahman, the yielder, El-Rahim, the merciful. And I said, go on with who I am. Al-Malik, the king. Al-Qudus, the holy one. Al-Salam, the peace. So these are some of my names, right? El-Mumin, the faithful. Al-Muhaymin, the protector. And it was Malachi that said, Amun's been protecting us since the year 2000. Al-Aziz, the mighty. Al-Jabbar, the majestic. Al-Mutakabar, the repairer. Al-Khaliq, the creator. Al-Bari, the maker. Al-Musawir, the fashioner. Al-Ghaffar, the forgiver. Al-Qahar, the dominant. Al-Wahhab, the bestower. Al-Razak, the provider. Al-Fatah, the opener. Al-Ilam, the knower. Al-Qabid, the restrainer. Al-Basit, the spreader. Al-Kafi, the abaser. Al-Rafi, the honorer. Al-Mudhil, the destroyer. Al-Sami, the hearer. Al-Basir, the seer. Al-Hakam, the ruler. Al-Idol, the just. Al-Latif, the subtle. Al-Kabir, the aware. Al-Hakim, the clement. Al-Azim, the supreme. Al-Ghafur, the forgiving. Al-Shakur, the grateful. Al-Ali, the exalted. Al-Kabir, the great. Al-Hafiz, the guardian. Al-Muqit, the strengthener. Al-Hasib, the reckoner. Al-Jalil, the beneficent. Al-Karim, the generous. Al-Raqib, the watcher. Al-Mujib, the approved. Al-Wasi, the comprehensive. Al-Wadud, the loving. Al-Majid, the glorious. Al-Ba'id, the raiser. Al-Shadid, the witness. Al-Haq, the truth. Al-Wakil, the advocate. Al-Qawi, the strong. Al-Matin, the firm. Al-Wali, the nearest friend. Al-Hamid, the all-praiseworthy. Al-Mashid, the accountant. Al-Mubdi, the beginner. Al-Mu'id, the restorer. Al-Mu'id, the giver of life. Al-Mumit, the taker of life. Mute your phones. Star 6 your phones. Star 6 your phones. Check your phones for mute. Al-Hay, the ever-living. Al-Qayyum, the subsisting. Star 6 your phones. Al-Wahid, Al-Wajid, the all-perceiving. Al-Majid, the illustrious. Al-Wahid, the one. Al-Samad, the needless. Al-Qadar, the powerful. Al-Muqtadar, the prevailing. Al-Muqadim, the deferrer. Al-Awal, Awal, the first. Al-Akir, the last. Al-Zahir, the evident. Al-Batin, the hidden. Al-Wali, the all-governing. Al-Muta'ali, the inspirer. Al-Bar, the righteous. Al-Tawab, the acceptor of repentance. Al-Muttaqin, the avenger. Al-Afu, the excuser. Al-Ra'uf, the kind. Maliki al-Mulk, king of kingdoms. Du-al-Jawal al-Ikram, master of majesty and liberality. Al-Muqsit, the equitable. Al-Jami, the gatherer. Al-Ghani, the independent. Al-Mughni, the enricher. Al-Muti, the giver. Al-Mani, the withholder. Al-Dar, the distresser. Al-Nafi, the profiter. Al-Nur, the light. Al-Hadi, the guide. Al-Badi, the incomparable. Al-Baqi, the enduring. Al-Warith, the inheritor. Al-Rashid, the director. And Al-Sabur, the patient. All right. Now, sister, you said you had a place you wanted to go over, or no?
Thank you for reading that, Amun. That was powerful.
I love you. And you want to go to chapter 5, tablet 1? Is that what you said?
Chapter 5, tablet 1, verse 47. No, verse the 4th.
Which verse?
Verse 43.
43. All right. Waiting for the rest of you all. In the Salt Fact, that's page 394. We're going to chapter 5, tablet 1, verse 43.
Yeah.
Speaking of Enki, there's a link on YouTube called...
Yeah, I can understand that. I can understand that because it didn't go into full explanation before that.
Okay. All right, I was speaking about something else. There's a link put out by the Wapians, a video called Enki and Enlil. And Malachi wrote a letter, and they were reading it. And when he got to the part about Amun-Ra is back, Amun-Rayay is back, he's the real Messiah and all that, them niggas turned the music up so loud they drowned out those words. And as soon as he got through saying all that, then they turned the music back down to normal. It was just evidence that they are black devils, like he said in the year 2000. at the last ball in Athens, Georgia, you Nawabians are those fallen angels. All right, verse 43.
What page is the song back?
394. Let me know when you're there.
What chapter I'm on?
Chapter 5.
Chapter the tablet. I'll follow.
Tablet 1.
Okay, thank you.
I love you. Verse 43. Let me start reading. When Enki, the Elohim Israel, that's the angel of death, arrived in the glorious place, the Anunnaki Elohim asked him whether the planet Earth people had this time taken refuge with himself or not. Enki replied, yes. Al-Rab said, if it took refuge with me from you, why did you not spare it? Enki replied, I deemed obedience to you more necessary than pity for it. Okay, what we're talking about here is when the Creator molded the body of Adam out of mud, that he commanded all the angels to go down and shape the body of Adam. But Gaia, Mother Earth, cried out and asked, are you creating one in it that will walk on my sides and create mischief and shed blood? And when she entreated them, messengers like Gabriel and all the rest of them that came down, they would all feel pity for the earth and refuse to create Adam, until the Most High asked his firstborn son Enki. He went down, and then the earth entreated him the same way. Would you create one that shed blood and created mischief on my back? And Enki started forming the body of Adam and said to Gaia Earth, I hear you and I have mercy and pity on you, but it's more important to me to obey the omnipotent than to listen to your cries. And he shaped the body of Adam. But when he performed that act, the Most High named him Israel, the angel of death, because now it was his responsibility to, after he blew the breath of life into that clay, for him to be the one to remove that breath from the body and what you call death. He's the angel of death from that day forward. Okay, sister?
Yes, thank you for that.
All right. Okay.
Also, tablet 2.
Chapter what?
Chapter 5, tablet 2.
Chapter 2.
Verse, yeah.
And what verse?
Verse 16, when it talks about the fallen angel coming down. Well, they weren't fallen. They came down in groups of tribes of 14 tribes, 300 or 600 fallen angels. And it talks about the 7 tribes from each section.
Okay, I'll start with tablet 2. The 4 rivers flow, and the river flow out of the site of delight in order to irrigate the enclosed garden of delight. And from over there it separated and became 4 rivers. The Nile, the Gihon, and all that. The name of the first river is the White Nile, or the Gihon. It is the one that surrounds the whole part of the planet Earth. The land of old, Nubia, called Havilah, where there is gold. And the gold of that part of the planet Earth is very rich also. There in Nubia can be found bone, resin, pearls, and also onyx stone. And the name of the second river is the Blue Nile. It is the same one that surrounds the whole planet Earth of those ancient Cushites, black skins, Kishite, of Eridu, in the Sumerian land where the Anunnaki came down to earth. And the name of the third is the Ediglit, Tigris, rapid stream. It's the one flowing eastward towards the land of the ancient Ashurites to within. And the fourth is the Faratu, Euphrates, breaking off. Between these rivers did the ancient tribe of Kish from the skies, later called Cush, migrated and settled. It is the same river that surrounds the whole part of the planet Earth. Before these rivers and streams flowed into the cracks and crevices of the dry land, whose surrounding source was called oceans, it was one water mass for the whole planet Earth. These same ancient Cushites became black skins, or Kishites, by the rusting of in their blood. These Kishites were one of the 4 and 10 tribes of Anunnaki that came down from the planet ship Nibiru, that was launched from the 8th planet, Risk, from the 19th galaxy, Ilion. All right. On our home planet, Risk, in the 19th galaxy, Ilion, please mute your phones. On the planet Risk, in the kingdom of Ilion, the 19th galaxy, we have our kingdom set up. Riskians means the providers. We were surrounded by 3 suns, Amun-Rayay, and Amun-Rayay, the 3 suns. But there was a reptilian species that got in trouble around the constellation of Draco, and their planet was uninhabitable. So he sent emissaries to Risk to beg that they'd take them in until they could do the work to repair their home planet. And we gave them the whole continent, a reptilian water continent. And while they were there, the reptilians couldn't come out into greater Risk, but all Riskians could pass freely back and forth across the border. But this king of the reptilians, he grew aggressive and challenged the rulership of the planet Risk, which the deity there was Amun, was myself. And what he did in rebellion is he flew off from the planet and went to a planet called Pluto. That's in your system right now. And he had his men dig up an ore. Please, Starship your phone. Why are you doing that? He dug up an ore. They dug up an ore called plutonium, and he crafted a bomb there. And then he let it explode in the atmosphere of the planet Risk, in the ozone layer. And the explosion ripped a hole in it and allowed the rays from the 3 suns to penetrate to the surface and make the ground and air so toxic that we had to migrate away from Risk or either go underground in order to survive. And that's how we got spread out all over the place, including on Earth, right? Now, these rivers and streams, dry land, ocean, one was massive. Okay, so what is your question, sister?
It's, what I wanted to know, it says it was one water mass for the whole.
Well, what it was, there was one land mass, right?
Yeah, was that before?
Let me say this. When you look at the globe and you see South America and Africa, it looks like a puzzle piece that can slide together, right?
Yeah.
That's because at one time, the Earth was one land mass, and it was surrounded by one water mass at that time, okay?
Right. So there
before the separation. All the rest of the continents drifted off from Africa. Africa is the only continent on Earth that is rooted and anchored to the Earth to the rock core. So it can't drift. But all the other continents float, okay?
Thank you.
I love you. Next question.
I have one.
I'll do my best.
Okay, I know in last class we talked about so many things, but I wanted to know, is the devil's 1,000 years still going on, or has it already been up and gone?
Say what? Is the devil's what? 1,000 years?
Yes, the devil's 1,000-year rule. Has it happened? Is it going on now, or is it over with?
He's being cast into the pit right now, but he will be loosed again for another 1,000 years. And then after that, he'll be cast in forever. Another name for the bottomless pit is Rubik's Cube. It traps the devil because energy can neither be destroyed, but it can be challenged or contained, and he will be trapped in Rubik's Cube forever. But you have to remember that 1,000 years to the Most High is like 1,000 years to you is like a day to me, to us. Okay?
Yes.
All right.
When you say
go ahead.
When you say Rubik's Cube, is that anything to do with like the puzzle game that they've created?
Well, the game emulates Rubik's Cube, but it's not the real one, of course.
Right.
But it's built on the same principle. It's hard to get out of a Rubik's Cube or to fix it, right?
Yeah.
It's mentally challenging.
Right. Okay.
The difference with the real Rubik's Cube, there is no solution to it. You can't get out.
Mm-hmm. I see.
The devil will be forever trapped. Next question.
I got another one.
All right.
When you talked about you and your counterpart merging as one, what would that being be called?
Malachi, Yanun. Well, actually, he's merging with us. But my counterpart is Al-Hayu, the life giver. Are you following me?
Yeah.
But Melchizedek being the highest of the angels, another name for him is Mikmish. Me, likened to Allah, likened to the Most High. He's the only angel high enough to be consider himself. When you go into chapter 6, when Gabriel went to the throne, it said, Ya El-Hayu, Ya El-Hayu. And then period. It ended, and after that it said Al-Kedar, Al-Kedar, right? So he and I are one as well.
Sure.
All right?
Yeah, I was aware of that, but I was saying.
But see, what it makes us is it makes us a trinity. It's three members that makes us a trinity. Not just a duality, but a trinity, okay?
Okay, so the three, okay.
God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Ghost, okay? Which is a spiritual being, which that would be an angelic host. Go ahead.
I was going to say with the three men, so Mahmoud would be the two of you merged together at the end?
No. Athman and birth, Muhammad and prophecy, and Mahmoud at the end. That is the three mems. But, you know, let me put it like this. When you see the prophets in the scriptures, like when you see Malachi have 19 different personalities, or that I'm Athman, the Mahdi, and I'm Amun, and I'm one of the two witnesses, and on, right? What it is, all these beings are us the same. It's actually only one of us here. That we appear at different times under different titles. You follow what I mean?
Yes.
But we're all the same one. And when we merge, it's just us coming back together again into the oneness, that's all.
Okay.
All right. Next question.
Okay. So, Amun,
Yes.
I'm quite puzzled here where on chapter 5, tablet 1, verse 37, halfway down the page, where it says,
Chapter 7?
Took the seed.
Okay, say it again. Shake it up, Harry.
5,
Okay. Wait a minute. Now you say chapter 5, tablet 1?
Yeah, 37, verse 37.
Verse 37, just a minute. All right, I'm there.
Yeah.
You are the master to whom praise... Go ahead. You are the master... I'm sorry?
Took the seed of Ninti and bred her with a D.
You have a heavy accent now. Yet. Okay.
When the scientist took the seed of Ninti and bred her with a D.
Okay, so you go on to chapter 5, tablet what, 1?
Yeah.
Verse 37? Right, just a minute.
Halfway down. The page, halfway down.
Okay. After the birth of a daughter of mixed seed, they called her Nekeba, who was mixed with Cushite and Hawilite. And you should always remember the birth of our mother Nekeba. Well, she is the mother of mothers, and her birthday shall be celebrated on the month of May, the 10th day. At age 1 and 20, Cadman was moved without clothes to the enclosed garden called Eden. And at 8 and 10, that's 18, Nekeba was moved into the same enclosed garden, also without clothes or shame, comprised of different colors and properties from the surface of the planet Earth, and having mixed all parts together, the birth of Zachar called the ground Adama, formed as a black olive, as black as a shadow hour in the skin tone of the original Asiatic black man, the Hindu, yet reddish skin color, thus the name Adama, Edom, red and ruddy. When Enki, the Elohim Israel, arrived in the glorious place, the Anunnaki Elohim asked him whether the planet Earth people had this time taken refuge with himself or not. Enki replied, yes. Al-Rab said, if it took refuge with me from you, why did you not spare it? Enki replied, I deemed obedience to you more necessary than pity for it. Anu, Ilion, the Most High, the highest, continued, depart, for I have made you Anunnaki of death in an ether form for all times, and I have placed the taking of the soul of Zachar and his seed, I know it says, into your hand, into your power. At these words, the Anunnaki Israel began to weep, saying, amongst the children of Zachar, called the Adamites and the Enosites, there will be news bearers who will undoubtedly hate me on this account. That's prophets. However, Anu, Ilion rejoined, I shall send so many complaints and diseases upon the Adamites, they will not hate you, and none of their deeds will be a cause of grief to you. For this loud lamentation is forbidden, but there is no harm in weeping for the dead, yet patience is better. It is a curse upon the people who wail and those around them who listen to them. So what they're making reference to is when people die, you should celebrate, and when they're born, you should cry, when they're born into this evil world, okay? Your question is?
That wasn't the bit that so excuse me, interrupting you. The bit I was talking about was tablet 1, verse 37, where it speaks about Ninti, the science took the seed of Ninti and bred her with Adiri.
Okay, now wait a minute. Chapter 5, tablet 1, verse 37?
Yeah.
After the birth of a daughter of mixed seed, right?
Yes, halfway down, it talks about Nimsi, and the scientists took the seed. Her seed was taken and went with.
Okay, which verse is that? Which verse is that?
37, halfway down, verse 37.
You say chapter 7. Where is that at, sister?
5.
Chapter 5.
Chapter 5, the enclosed garden, yeah.
Tablet 1, which verse are you speaking about?
37, tablet 1, verse 37.
Okay, that says, after the birth of a daughter of mixed seed, they called her Nekeba, who was mixed with Kishite and Hawilahite. Right?
No, not that bit. Probably I've got the wrong page because we only...
That's right. You do have the wrong page.
Yeah, my page is 440, my page.
I'm sorry. I didn't understand you.
My page was 440. It's the beginning of the enclosed garden where there's a picture of the atom, King Atom and Queen Lily.
I see the picture diagram 106 and his mother Lilith. It's before that?
Yes, that's it.
It's before that?
I'm on that page. Yeah, I'm on that page where it talks about the breeding.
What verse?
Of,
okay, that's chapter 5, tablet 1. What verse?
Well, the verse is 37 according to my tablet.
Okay, well, it's not the same in my book.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Well, if you just read what's in front of you, just read what you're confused about.
Yeah.
Slow down, you have accent. You have accent.
After the birth of a daughter of mixed seed, for her seed or blood was from Cadmon's own marrow, bone of his bone, flesh of his flesh, and they call her Nekeba, who was also mixed with a Kishite from Ptah, and Hawilahite from Anath, who were her parents. That bit, the actual genetic breeding and splicing of the cell of Cadmon began and was done in laboratory on the planet Mars. In the laboratory.
Well, it's just saying that Nekeba had different parents and a different lineage or heritage than Cadmon, because Cadmon came descended from the Watusi tribe, Atumites. They were disagreeable. And Nekeba descended from the Pygmies. The Pygmies, they were the very agreeable people. And her father was named Ptah.
Yeah. What I'm saying here, it talked about Nimsi.
I don't see that.
Adiru, the Homo sapien, Adiru. Who is Adiru?
Who is Nibiru?
Adiru, the 16th seed of the Adama project.
I'm not sure, because that's not in my book. Is it in yours, Harry? You got the hardback.
Oh.
Let me see it.
It is in mine. When this new seed of Nimsi and Adiru...
All right, I have the hardback in front of me now. It says, after the birth of a daughter of mixed seed, of her seed or blood, was Cadmon's own marrow, bone of his bone, flesh of his flesh, and they called her Nekeba, who was also mixed with the Kishite from Ptah, and Hawilahite from Anath, who were her parents. The actual genetic breeding and splicing of the cells of Cadmon began and was done in a laboratory on the planet Lahamu, Mars, right? In a laboratory, Shemti. There were 3 Shemtis, one on the dark side of the moon, one on the plains where the pyramids were in Egypt, and one on Mars. Thus it was said, Cabman was created in the heavens before the earth. How was this great task undertaken? When the scientists took the seed of Nenti and bred her son with Adiru, the Homo sapien, the 16th seed of the Adama project, after taking genus Homo to Homo erectus to Homo sapien. Right? The Homo sapien was mixed with the seed of the Anunnakis. This was the process. Okay, how do you know that the Homo sapien was mixed with the seed of the Anunnakis? It's because you have some people with a factor in their blood called the Rh negative factor. Right? And you have a branch of the Anunnaki that are reptilians, if you didn't know from Sirius, right? Like Marquita Love.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
so...
it's the first time I heard about this process. That's
true, though. What it is there are many extraterrestrial species mixed in this Earth cast. And when you see people, only a master can tell you what's in front of you. Because the master knows all men by their marks. Are you following me?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, because I've never heard this D-Ru before. I've never heard
that. That was just
the
name of a being.
So, apparently the 16th seed of the
right, because
the one for...
Remember Mother Nenti volunteered her womb for the project at Shimti? And they had a 600-year project, 100 years for gathering species, 400 years for genetic manipulation, and 100 years for education. And she kept giving birth over and over again to a failed seed, and then Enki took over. And they finally, after all those generations of trying, they finally came over to the correct Adam, or the correct Homo sapien that was created in their image and likeness. So that what they're saying is that was this guy here that succeeded with the 16th.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Also, I want to let you all know that it's 10:25 right now, and it's time for you all to go outside and prove that you're gods by doing the things that gods do once again. Who's going to be the first one to move some stars or perform a miracle tonight? Especially you new people that are here. Make yourself known.
Sure, I'm stepping up.
Okay, very good. I'm turning off the light now. All right. I'm in the darkness, and my eyes are closed, so I can see the whole cosmos now. I'm looking into the stars inside myself.
Yeah. Let's get back and we can see it. I think I want to hurt our neck.
I'm sorry?
Amun.
Yes.
My son want to move the stars.
Very good. Let me talk to him.
He right here. He listen to you.
All right, son.
Hello.
You picked out a star you want to move?
Yes.
All right. Let's move that star to the left in the name of Amun-Rayay.
You see it? Mm-hmm.
You gotta let us know what you see. All right.
Let them know what you see.
Yeah. Now raise up in the name of Amun-Rayay.
Went up. Tell them no. Tell them loud. Star went up.
All right. Now drop down in the name of the Messiah, Amun-Rayay.
It dropped. Say it loud. Let them know. It dropped.
All right. Now go in a circle clockwise in the name of the Messiah, Amun-Rayay.
Going in a circle.
It's going clockwise.
You see it?
I'll go counterclockwise in the name of Amun-Rayay.
It's moving
It's going
counterclockwise.
counterclockwise.
Moving counterclockwise.
Now come close to the young man in the name of Amun-Rayay. Come closer to him.
Moving closer.
Moving closer.
Now go back out in the name of Amun-Rayay.
It going back up.
Going back out.
You see?
All right,
Going
son.
back out.
I love you. Now you know it's really us,
Thank
right,
you.
son?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
I love you. And I mean that. We need
love you
one more
too,
person.
Thank you.
I love you. Need one more person. I'll be glad when your mother bear witness.
Mr. Nuka,
Okay.
I see
Where
a
you gonna
bright
move? A bright star?
I see a star. Yeah,
All
kind
right.
of bright. I can see good.
It's gonna go in a circle
Name
clockwise. It's gonna move a little faster than it did before.
It's going clockwise. Yes, it is.
Now, counterclockwise. Counterclockwise.
And it's going counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise.
Now I'll bring it to you in the name of Amun-Rayay.
Moving to me.
Now back out in the name of the Messiah. Now I'm gonna make you keep dropping
Moving
down
back out.
without. I'm gonna make you keep dropping down without raising up. In the name of Amun-Rayay.
Dropping down.
Oh, boy.
It's dropping down but not raising up. That's how the angelic beings feel. I love you all. Everybody write your testimonies and start reposting these posts up to everybody in the world in all major media groups. Do your part to earn your throne and write your name, sign your name to the post you rewrite so the whole world will know it's you. And we'll write your name down in the book of life forever. Love you. Amun-Rayay, servant to the 144,000. Peace.